Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Joining me, as always, is my co-host from the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, Rebellious D. How you doing today, bro?
Ready to go, man.
Hey, we had a little technical difficulties. I thought Michael snatched you right on up out of your chair.
He tried, and here I am.
Hey, okay, All Might. And today we are reviewing Titan Season 3, Episode 12, Prodigal. So before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And D, take it away.
As always, podcast in the description. Like, follow, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.
So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Bro, this is the 12th episode. We only got one more episode.
Phenomenal season, too. I loved it.
Hey, bro, it's like I feel like we've been saying this for Titans, Superman and Lois, and what was
Stargirl.
Stargirl. Every episode is fire. You know what I'm saying? Man. Like there has not been a disappointing moment at all this season. There hasn't been like an episode where it's just like scenes dragged on too long. There's times where it's like a scene is going on and I'm just like, man, like I wish we could get more. But yeah, for sure. Bro, this episode, it was good. I know I wasn't here with you guys last week because I was out of town in Philly, but I did watch the episode, and look, as soon as that episode started out and they was playing Waterfalls, I was just like, yeah, this is gonna be a fire.
Hey, that is a classic intro right there, boy.
Yes,
that's
sir.
One for the record books.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, but like we saw in last week's episode, Dick, he ended up getting shot, and at the start of this episode, Gar and Rachel, they rush Dick to the Lazarus pit. Rachel, she does try to revive him, but she can't do it. And when they had dropped him in the Lazarus pit, I was just like, okay, like what's going to happen, man? Like the whole scene where he was down there and Crane was just messing with him, and then he had put him in the Joker's outfit, and Dick was just sitting there beating Jason. Like that whole scene was wild, bro. Like what were your thoughts on it?
I thought it was amazing. I really, really, really enjoyed that one. Just seeing him put into the Joker cosplay, if you will, it was pretty awesome. I loved it. And then, you also get him where he sees his father carrying a young him and things like that. And I just thought it was cool, man. I love the direction of the show.
And then we see there's a little black girl that walks up to him, and she's just like, "Daddy." And when I saw her, I was just like, okay, so I'm hoping that this hints to that we're going to get Dick and Starfire in a relationship, because we know in the comics and on the Teen Titans TV show,
that is the thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like they were a thing. And
for sure,
when I saw that, because it's like since season 1, it's like there really hasn't been any chemistry between the both of them. It seems like, like they're both just doing their own thing. Dick, he still had feelings for I'm having a brain fart and I can't remember her name.
Barbara Gordon.
Not Barbara, Donna. Donna.
Donna
Don. There we go. He still had feelings for
yes.
Don. And I remember because that's the vision that he had when Trigon was showing him what his perfect life would look like. And those feelings were still there in season 2, and then now with him back in Gotham, you see him and Barbara, they kind of got back together now. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen down that route. But yeah, I thought that was sweet. I know we were talking about this before we started recording, that Gar, he finally unlocked a new ability. He was able to turn into the Bat. And I thought that was pretty dope. So he says that, he can turn into these things like when he is in fear, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like because he was in the Bat Cave a lot during this season, he was around a lot of bats. So what I'm thinking is happening is if he's around the animal for a certain amount of time, then he can get that animal's ability. So it would be something similar to Ben 10 being able to get abilities with the Omnitrix when he touches the alien, or it's somebody else where it's just like if they're around somebody for a long time, like they can get their abilities.
There's Peter Petrelli from the Heroes TV show. That's exactly how his powers work. And Who is it? There is another character.
I know. I'm having a brain fart. It's like if they're around somebody, it's like I know Mega Man can absorb people's abilities.
Yeah, his is kind of different. Yeah, he beats them.
Yeah, but I can't think of it right now where it's just like
me either.
If you guys know, let us know in the comments. But there is somebody where it's just like if they're around somebody, they can absorb their ability.
I mean, you have Rogue. She's kind of like that. Well, she has to take them.
Yeah,
she drains. That's not really the same.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. I mean, we also see that Crane, like, because he's in the Batcave, like he has the tools that he needs in order to kill. He wants to kill everybody in Gotham.
Yes, correct. And that is revealed like halfway through the episode. Mm-hmm. And he actually has I like the fact that they had him with the sickle. Mm-hmm. And he basically kind of goes after Jason once he's like kind of backing out of their deal, if you will. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, maybe you won't see this through. Mm-hmm. Start trying to take him out.
Yeah, because it was wild because like news started spreading that Nightwing was dead. Yes. And what was interesting about this is that, Red Hood was supposed to be the new hero of Gotham because now that Nightwing was gone and Batman was gone, but it was just like nobody really cared about him. He was in the streets.
Yeah, go ahead.
He was waving the gun around and it's just like nobody cared. It's just like, okay.
I kind of felt like Scarecrow would know once he invoked a pressure on the city and fear. Mm-hmm. He already knew like he was only using Jason, basically.
Of course.
And like, obviously this is classic villain double cross territory, So we knew who he was, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They are who we thought they were.
And then also too, something that I liked about this episode was like whenever we get scenes where Barbara is fighting, like it's just always badass. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no question.
I feel like that we've never really seen Oracle or Barbara / Oracle do anything in any form of media where she's in the wheelchair and she's still, fighting people hand to hand and all that stuff, because it's like I just feel like in other stuff, let's take Batman Arkham Knight. She was more of a damsel in distress, you know what I'm saying? Compared to being able to handle herself on her own. And that's one of the things that I praise this show for, is that just because Barbara is a paraplegic, that doesn't mean that she can't still whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I do love. And when she was trying to escape, and like they was just like, nah, don't kill her. Crane wants her, and she's trying to activate Oracle again. I mean, like her scenes, like where she's just taking people out, like I said, like they're just dope. We also see that Corey, she finds Blackfire and Connor, and it's like Blackfire and Connor, it's like they're a team now, and Connor, he's excited. He's just like, this is my little girlfriend now. And when Corey tells Blackfire the truth, and Blackfire's just like, all right, I want to return to Tamaran after she finds out that her ship is still available. Connor's just like, nah. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy because Connor was just like, I can't go back to Tamaran with you because, Kryptonians, they're not allowed to, well, not allowed, but Kryptonians can't survive on your planet. And because of jealousy and, feeling like everybody was betraying him, Connor destroyed that ship.
Yep. And I think it's interesting seeing Connor. Everything is new to him. And I like the way that they're depicting it all. And having him just kind of go with whoever seems like a good person for now, or someone who seems like they care about him or have his best interest. Although Dick subdued him, it was for his own good.
Exactly.
I do want to go back a little bit to the Beast Boy section of this. I love the way they're having him learn his abilities. I love the animation on the show for these transformations. And I think that one animal we may get to see him turn into sooner than later will be a dog, because he does have quite a lot. So, I thought that was interesting. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I know what it is now. Animorphs. I think it's Animorphs. I mean, because like remember,
I still think we're forgetting somebody, man.
But I know on the Animorphs TV show that if they were around the animal, they had to touch the animal. And then they could turn into the animal. But no, I agree with you. Like the whole transformation and the CGI and everything.
Yeah,
like, it was on point, man.
Yeah, it looks good.
Now, of course, we can't wrap this thing up without talking about Tim and Donna. Like Tim, he wants to be the hero. He wants to be Deku. It's just like he's always wanted to be Robin, and Donna's just like, no, you need to listen to your parents and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's like I like Tim, bro. I really like him. I like. Oh, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say I love the choice of actor. I think this kid's really good.
Yep.
And I like him, as a character, trying to come into his own and having people like this isn't the life for you, kid. But he's like, she tries to tell him, Hank would have told you to stop. He was like, no, he wouldn't. And I definitely have to believe that Hank would have taught the kid how to fight and stuff. Because that's who Hank was, you know what I'm saying? If you think about it,
he would have?
Think about it. Hank died because he took a chance on a kid he really didn't like, but he took a chance on him.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So that's the way I look at it. And this kid is just a kid.
Yeah. But remember, like, he's very intelligent. You see he has his own bat cave and,
detective skills.
He's been studying a lot and whatnot. So
he studies their moves too, Banks.
Exactly.
So.
And who else did? And he has a notebook. Like I said, who else had all that stuff?
Who?
Deku.
Oh,
that's okay.
Look. I know you love Deku, all right?
Hey, you see he's here on the table with me. Look, Dick's going to come up to him. He's going to be like, hey, all you got to do is eat one of my pieces of hair, and then you'll become the next Robin. Because that's how they all become Robins. It's like Jason ate some of Dick's hair, and then now
let's just not do the eating Dick's hair.
What do you mean?
Let's just but how about that Dick and Jason Todd kind of rekindle?
Yeah,
he was like,
dope.
You'll never be a Titan again.
Yeah, but you can help me save this city.
I love that scene, man.
Yeah, it was dope.
I loved it.
Now they're working together again, because I mean it's like what we've been talking about this entire time. It's like you can't forgive Jason for the stuff that he did. And something else too that I wanted to ask you before we wrap this thing up is remember at the start of this season, Barbara said that they was working with Crane and whatnot. And I mean, eventually we learned that Crane, he knew all about the Bat family and stuff because of Jason. But the thing I wanted to ask you was, going all the way back to when we're introduced to Crane, did you think that he was going to be the main villain this season, or did you think that he was just going to be kind of similar to Calendar Man and the Long Halloween, where they just went to Calendar Man just for information?
I definitely view Scarecrow as a major villain. So for them to just have him there is kind of, I thought that, yes, there was I thought it was honestly an 85% chance this guy's the main villain for the season. As soon as they revealed him, I'm like, yeah. You don't really, it's just like if you had Mr. Freeze in it and they just went to him to, crack a code or something, it's like, that was Mr. Freeze, And it doesn't seem like this show is, I don't feel like they're into disguising who's who. I just don't. When Slade showed up in season 2, it's like, oh, that's Slade. You know what time it is.
Well, they already knew who he was because, so. But it
But I mean, it wasn't like a run-on sentence. Like, here's Crane, and I won't forgive you for what you did, and then we just go find somebody else to fight. Yeah. It was like literally him.
Yeah, but I feel like too, like when season 1, they set the tone of the show and whatnot. But for season 2 and now in season 3, like both of the stories are revenge stories. You know what I'm saying? Slade wanted to get revenge on the Titans because after what they did to his son, and then in this season, Crane wants to get revenge on the Bat family because of the thing he was trying to do years ago that Bruce had locked in the Bat cave. And he wanted to get revenge and he wanted to wipe out Gotham City. And one of the things that I like about Scarecrow is Scarecrow and Batman, like they're both not so different. They both use fear as a way to get information and whatnot. The only thing is that Scarecrow, he uses chemicals to
correct. His is manufactured,
whereas Batman, it's just like
he's a symbol, bro.
He's actually scaring people. You know what I'm saying?
He out there breaking noses, hands, feet. Batman don't discriminate, bro. He'll hang you from a building.
Yep.
And I love that comparison that we do get, even in the recordings of Bruce, his analysis of the Scarecrow, of who he is and stuff. Yeah. I thought it was very telling. like this guy needs drugs. And it's funny because he talks a lot about, oh yeah, Jason, once I gave him his anti-fear, he was like, his soul was mine and all that stuff, and discrimination or dream. And it's funny because he's kind of a victim of the same thing.
Yeah.
He's constantly scared of Batman, and he's hyping himself up now. And I just thought it was interesting. And he's still butchering that poor delivery driver. Damn. Mm-hmm. Cut my man to shreds. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. Like overall, really good episode. I mean, this is the final episode before the season finale, and I feel like it's setting everything up straight, especially with the end where now we got Dick and Jason working together again, and then not Jason but Dick telling all the Titans, hey, we need to get back together. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to go down, because now you're going to have the Titans versus everybody in Gotham City, and along you still got Barbara, and then you have Donna and Tim, you know what I'm saying? And I like how when they had mentioned Donna, they was just like, Donna, like Gar was just like, huh? she's back, you know what I'm saying? So
because they haven't had a chance to catch up really, and I think it's fun. Yes, it is a lot
going on in Gotham City, and so for me, my final rating for this episode, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because it was a fire episode. And I can't wait to see the season finale. D, final thoughts, final rating for the episode.
I love seeing my man Gar continue to get some shine and build as a character. I mean, Beast Boy is probably definitely one of my top 5 heroes of all time. So appreciating all of that. And the story's amazing. From where it started to where it is now as a show, amazing. 8 out of 10.
Okay, nice. And with that being said, thank you for watching our review. Let us know in the comments what you liked about this episode, what you disliked. Let us know what your rating is for the episode. D, let them know where they can find you at in social media land.
You can find me at rebellious_D23 Instagram.com. And Banks, hey, there's bodies everywhere. Final showdown for Gotham. Fight for the city. Where can they find you at?
You can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching our review. Like I always say, check out our other reviews, interviews, reaction videos that we have here on the channel, podcasts with brand new episodes every Tuesday, and then the video of that episode up here on YouTube on Friday. Like I always say, keep that pinky up, stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.